NVIDIA and Omniverse, they are partnering up. So we've seen NVIDIA, just from a share perspective, has really been dropping lately. First of all, the USA has said that they're not allowing NVIDIA chips anymore to be distributed everywhere, and their floor price took a huge drop, which we should have known when Nancy Pelosi sold her bag of NVIDIA about 2 months ago. Because listen, I'm South African. I don't know if they can arrest me, but she's got insider information. I'm telling you, allegedly. Let's just put allegedly in there.
No, all
right? But she acts on it brazenly. So literally, she sells, and a month later, the US government no longer allowing NVIDIA to do chips for.
So just copy Nancy Pelosi, bro. I swear to God, all these people on TikTok, they're like, yeah, I just have alerts on for all these like big famous people. They're like, I literally just copy their trades, and like all of them are profitable. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, no shit. Like they're all cheating. Like just copy them.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I mean, it's not a bad thing to do what Nancy Pelosi does in the stock market. It really isn't. I just can't believe how she can brazenly just do it and get away with it.
Because, bro, the people who are going to book her are also copying her trades. They're like, nah, keep her up. She's good. She's good. She's helping us out. That's why they don't bring her down. I'm just kidding. I have no idea. I don't know if that's how it works.
So here we've got them launching a cloud service for the Metaverse. NVIDIA, a world leader in artificial intelligence, has set its sight on the Metaverse. Its latest product is the Omniverse Cloud Services, a compilation of different programs that aim to help companies navigate the waters of Web3 and build on virtual lands. The tech company announced the offering at NVIDIA GTC Developer at the conference last week. The NVIDIA CEO, Jensen Huang, said the next wave of artificial intelligence is where AI meets the physical world. They added that the Omniverse will be useful wherever the digital and physical world meets. The various programs that comprise the Omniverse cloud services include Omniverse Farm, a system layer that helps developers scale 3D workloads, the Omniverse Replicator, which is a system that helps users generate data for computer vision and robotics, and Omniverse Nucleus Cloud, a system that helps teams work together in 3D environments. Early supporters of the cloud service include WPP, the world's largest marketing services organization, Siemens, a leading industry leader in automation, software, and hardware, and Rimac, a pioneer in electric vehicle technologies. So this is really incredibly bullish in general for Web3. It really is. You've got the three companies I just mentioned, and NVIDIA are massive global companies, public companies. And the fact that they are going so deep into Web3 Metaverse is just absolutely bullish for the space and shows that Web3 is the future. Does that mean that my picture of my penguin is definitely going to be worth something one day? No, but definitely the technology that your penguin was minted on is going to be the technology that's used every day by every company, whether they know it or not. Right?
We'll
and
see
this
a
is
pattern.
another example.
Every single week, we have a new huge company coming in. I'm like, all right, at what point are people just going to be like, okay, there's no reason that the biggest companies in the world would jump into this shit if it wasn't amazing. Like if it wasn't something super innovative, why would they bother jumping in, especially when the market's dead? I'm like, if the market's dead and they're all jumping in, I'm like, guys, what else do you need to, what else do we need here? All the number one companies are coming in.
It was Starbucks. But I mean, even before that, we had Facebook coming out saying we're changing our name to Metaverse. Yeah. We are changing our name. Never mind, 80% of our workforce has been busy working on this for the last 5 years, and it's costing us about $200 billion a year. And we don't mind. We haven't seen any returns at all. But we've got these like really chunky big VR glasses that we know aren't perfect, but don't worry. What more do you need?
Dude, you've seen the most fucking NPC responses to this. They're like, did you see what Mark Zuckerberg posted? Like, this is all they have to show after 10 years. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? I'm like, you really think after 10 years that like they like some picture got leaked or whatever about this like super silly looking metaverse thing, and people are like, this is all they have to show for it? I was like, guys, You fucking joking, right? This
Yeah,
is
but
the
Kate,
one
Kate,
like.
honestly, that picture was bad, but brother,
Well,
I
okay.
know
Here's
it's
what I
not
also
all
heard. I
they've
also
done.
heard that picture was not real. I don't know if you heard about that, but I heard that picture
So
wasn't.
we looked at it. You and I looked at it at the show. Then we weren't sure, and I looked on with you. I looked on Facebook's Twitter. We couldn't find it. After the show, I found it on Mark Zuckerberg's personal Twitter. So it was
Still.
real.
No matter what
Not
happens.
the one with Kevin in the background. That was the
Yeah.
NFT community. But the one without Kevin, that was what he's
Right.
come
But
up
what I'm
with.
what
So
I'm
I know
saying is
that's.
that one little selfie in the metaverse. I'm like, guys, I promise you that is not all they have. I promise you. There's
I
okay.
agree.
If there is, then the world's gonna end, because if that's actually
Yeah.
true, then this is bad. But there's no
Listen,
way
if you had
Facebook
paid me
has that.
$1 billion, I would have done a better picture than that.
Or I would have leaked something that looks way cooler, just to like tie people over. Like, it's just silly. I
Yeah.
don't know. People have
But
little
you're
faith
right.
because they hate him.
There's no context. There's no
Yeah.
context in it. So that might have been, let's try and there might be a paint program in
That's
his
what I'm saying.
metaverse that you can. Yeah.
It's just silly. I'm like, guys, these companies know what they're doing. They would not be a top 500 company type deal. Like, they just wouldn't be there if they weren't good at their shit. They weren't innovative and have money and know the right people. Like, the big thing is they all work together. They all like know the right people. Like, who's the best guy to go to for this? Well, we all use this guy. It's like, okay, well, it's Sims. Like, all of them have these connections and stuff. I'm like, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. There's gonna be lots of money, and the biggest thing is there's just gonna be disgusting amounts of opportunity. That's why I'm like, if you can just understand this world.
We're seeing it already. I mean, we're seeing car companies, Mercedes-Benz. I mean, we cover it every week in the show. Mercedes-Benz are using Polygon, the network, to now track their cars and the service history. I mean, we're already starting to see it. Starbucks is using it for their membership, which we said already, but there's a million of them.
Yeah.
Like every week, we bring you 3 or 4 that are big companies that are doing it. I mean, but Kate, I do think we are earlier than I initially thought in the space. I think like the early days, and that implies that it's going to take a good decade or so until we really see it mainstream. And you know what the interesting thing is? If you look at it, the internet was created by the military, right? And only became mass adopted 30 years after it was initially developed.
Mm-hmm.
Cell phone, the first cell phone, same thing, about 28 years later. So we're typically seeing that it takes a good 20 to 30 years for there to be mass adoption from when a technology is developed. And we 12 years into blockchain technology, right? So, okay, because we now further advance, maybe that 30 years goes down to 20 years, right? Because, we can do things a bit faster. But it also means that what we're trying to do is more complicated. So therefore, like 20 years is where it's at. So it's going to take
perfect for us,
8,
dude. I mean, if it came tomorrow, we'd be fucked, because like we wouldn't have anything to cover. Like, the longer it gets spread out, the more we can make videos, the more big news comes out. Like, oh, this thing happened, that thing happened. It's like, I don't know. For me, like, I don't need mass adoption to hit on a certain date. Like, I just need it to keep going. Like, as long as it keeps going for us, we're able to keep covering.
You're 24, man. In 10 years' time, I'm going to be having dinner at supper at 5 p.m.
in the metaverse.
I need to be in bed. I need to wherever. I need to be in bed by 6. I'm not going to be able to sit here with you at 11 p.m. at night.
Nah, you will, bro.
I hope so. All right. Then we got Jim.